Hey there. This is a little video over how to create a speed code. And even though we're raving fans of speed codes and we have a lot of them ourselves that we use, we don't really have a list or a recommended list of speed codes. I know for myself, and we recommend this for everybody, anytime I do the same thing in Autotask, um, more than a few times a month, create a speed code. And then every time you need to do it, you're only a keystroke away from doing it. So we like a lot of them, but they're very unique on a case by case MSP to MSP basis. However, in showing you how to create speed codes, I'm going to show you my favorite one, and that is a time entry speed code. So I'm going to go to the admin module. I have it bookmarked here. The way I bookmark the admin is this yellow star here. Click it, turn it yellow, then it's bookmarked here. Anytime you go to a page in Autotask a lot, you should bookmark it. It's much quicker to go that direction. So I'm going into application. Speed codes are also called form templates. They used to be called favorites. So you will hear people from Autotask call them favorites, form templates, or speed codes. You can see we have a fair amount of speed codes. We have 27. That's not a lot. I have seen MSPs have 76, 79 speed codes. So I think that's the most I've seen. But I'm going to create a new one today. And again, you can create speed codes for opportunities. I have opportunity speed codes for our big projects, the PSA config eval. We have an opportunity for the service delivery foundational improvement, service delivery performance improvement, and the monthly health checks. Those are the ones that I create most opportunities for. Probably the next time I create a project management opportunity, I'm going to create a speed code for that, or preventive maintenance program, or knowledge base, setting up knowledge-centered support training. Those things I'll create speed codes, but I haven't seen opportunities for those. Project notes, we have speed codes for that. Quick call, that's in dispatcher's calendar. I have a training on dispatcher's calendar that I've promised to get to the gladiators, and I haven't worked on that yet. Quotes, we don't quote in Autotask. We use a program called Fresh Proposal, but a recurring ticket, I've used form templates or speed codes for recurring tickets. Service calls, not really. There's a function in service calls with a status, and I would love to have that set each and every time, but it's very much a manual process and a bit of a pain. Task notes, task time entry, ticket notes. We have speed codes for all of these, and today we're going to create a ticket time entry. I'm just going to call it standard disengagement speed code. There we go. And let's correct the word disengagement. And so my code is going to be an SDS. Did you complete your SDS? So this is a basic time entry speed code. There we go. And as you can see, my capitalization, just, there are days when I think English is a second language to me, that's for sure. There we go, speed code. So that's the driver before it. It's going to be a speed code for myself only. If I was in your shoes, I probably would make it for a department, and then let's call it engineering, so everybody in engineering can use this. Hopefully I'm part of that team. So now this is what's going to change in the ticket time entry. What are my summary notes? This is customer facing, so let's see here. There we go. I want the tech to put in their accomplishments. I want the tech to put in next steps. Next engagement, date, time of next engagement, and technician, or maybe you call them engineers, but whatever you refer to them as. Come on. Oh, it must have corrected it. Excellent. So this is what I want the tech to do. What did you tell me what you did? Tell me what the next steps are. Tell me when the customer is going to hear from somebody, and who are they hearing from? You could just put me, as the default. Status change. In this case, I don't want a status change, but if you're doing it for putting it on hold, you're escalating, waiting material, waiting customer, waiting vendor. Those are all fair statements that you would want to put in this type of speed code. A speed code that you're closing it out, you don't want next steps, date. You might want the technician signature, but that should already be in there. But it's just accomplishments. What role? We have a lot of roles because we're a consulting company. We try and get this list down to as few as possible. So we might just, have the role as engineer, but you really can't set the role here. The work type, we want the text to fill that in. So everything else in this case is always there. Notification, we don't use the notification section. In the time entries, we use workflow rules. Whenever I save this, depends on what the status is what notification goes to the customer. So this is kind of a simple example of how to save a speed code. And the real power of it is just to remind the tech, this is the information that you want in every speed code. I've left it very generic to cover every situation. You may want, this is something a little different if it was a project time entry or something. Anyway, you kind of get the gist of what we're doing. So I'm just going to save and close this. I'm going to go back to my demonstration board. I'm going to grab this ticket here for dude, and then I'm going to put in a time entry. And let's see if I can find that speed code. Nope, because I must not be an engineer. So my guess is if I went to technician 3, and technician 3 is in that, still can't. So this is dependent on me, not on somebody else. But these are my time entry speed codes. So I'm just going to put in a courtesy call. So you can see that it changed the status to ready to engage. It put my role in as network engineer. It added this location. This is an invoice, a non-billable, put on invoice. That's the contract it grabbed and added. And summary notes, left message used. So this is a telephone call, quick. It's a non-billable event, non-billable, not on invoice. You can see it did all this. So just right there, clicking that button, it filled in. The ready to engage was the status in the ticket. The resource was the status in the ticket. But everything else, it filled in down here, including the summary and the internal notes. So hopefully that shows you the power of the speed codes, how to create them, and the power of using them. Thanks. Have a great day.